Aloha Life Regenerators, Dan McDonald here. I got a lot of requests for this recipe, so I took the time, actually a lot of time behind the scenes to make these things happen, believe it or not. But we're going to be quick today, and we're going to make some delicious raw vegan cheese. So what I'm going to do, without further ado, is I'm going to take some coconut meat here. And basically all you really need to know about the coconut meat to the macadamia nuts is about equal parts in ratio. So I'm going to go with, I'm going to make this a big old batch, so hopefully you got a little bit of time here to hang out for a second while we put this big batch together here. Again, I'm making lunch for the ladies, and I'm making some cheese, and I've got some flax crackers back here. Ta-da! Flax and onion crackers to dip into this cheese, so they should enjoy that. Plus, what I found out, surprise, surprise, I pretty much just show up with a couple of chocolate bars, and they don't even really care about the food, if you know what I mean. 8 women. Yeah, it is true what they say. So we've got coconut meat, and we're going to do equal parts coconut meat to the macadamia nuts. And remember, you can also use Brazil nuts for this. You can use cashews, whatever. I'm going to toss in a couple of cloves of garlic there. Oh, here's some more. Actually, some more coconut meat. So this is a sun-dried tomato cheese, and I've got some lemon here that goes in as well. Just the juice of 1 lemon. It really looks like about 2 cups of coconut meat and 2 cups of macadamia nut meat. And then approximately 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. Gives it a nice zip and a nice zing. I'm going to put in about a couple teaspoons of salt and a half a teaspoon of Life Biotic, and that'll help to culturize it. I'm going to set it on the counter here. This one's pretty much a goner. There's a whole nother serving in there all around, so I'll clean that out and make another batch of yogurt. ASAP, baby. And last but not least is the Italian seasoning. There's a couple of different ways you could go. I've got some fresh basil, and I debated between using the fresh basil or the dried Italian seasoning. What I like about using the dried Italian seasoning as well as the unsoaked macadamia nuts is it kind of pulls some of the moisture out of the cheese and into itself, so then you can mold the cheese a little more. Last time I made this for one of my clients, and it was actually the cheese that I used on his lasagna, and then I formed it up into a nice little roll and made a shot on Instagram, and that's how it got to be world famous raw vegan sun-dried tomato cheese. So anyways, I'm gonna use the dried here because I want it to firm up a bit. So I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of the dried Italian seasoning, and I'm gonna leave the sun-dried tomatoes out for right now, because you'll see this is gonna have to take a minute to go cheesy. This is the taco salad here. And this, believe it or not, cooked on cooked beans and rice. Oh my God. The sinful nature of it all. Big old jar of beans and rice. I honestly do make the best cooked food in the world as well. Believe it or not, I'm a very good carnivore chef as well. That's going to take another minute to pulverize. What you do with the beans and rice is you put it in a collard wrap. So there's some onions in there, a little garlic, some jalapeno, some cumin, paprika, and then you just put the beans and rice into the collard wrap and bammo. There it is. That's going to be off the easy. Oh, that's very nice. Ooh, they are going to love that. I should go for another few minutes. I'm not going to in the interest of time, but I will let that go for a couple more minutes because some of that meat was more mature. But for now, I'm just gonna, this is gonna be fine, you know, just for the sake of the video and then the sake of the girls having the crackers. And it's just gonna be a dip. But what I do is I'll roll it up into a log. What I did last time is hilarious. You know, my client left and I still had the extra cheese. So I rolled it up into this little thing and took this little Instagram shot, you know. And then what I did was put it in the dehydrator. I cut it into these little medallions, put it in the dehydrator, which you could do with this. And then Dakota came over and she just, can I try one of these? And I said, sure, honey. So she tried one. And then about 5 minutes later, I turned around and they were all gone. And she had like little cheese crumbs all around her mouth. So it was hilarious. So apparently they're quite good in this form, and as well as when you take these little cheese and make little cheese biscuits in the dehydrator. Anyways, funny stuff, man. I'm gonna do that. Well, I'll just try it this way. I don't want to masticate. I want those sun-dried tomato pieces nice and thick and whole. I want them to dip in there. So that's good enough right there. And I'll just, I mean, that's it, what it is. So I'm going to put that into a little, into just a little container. And I'm going to set it on the counter here for a couple hours to culturize. And then I'm going to take it and deliver it. So I'll probably put that in the jar. Let it sit at room temperature for a couple hours. That'll culturize, and then it'll also kind of thicken up a little bit as some of the moisture is pulled into the herbs and the macadamia nuts, and it'll firm up a bit, and then you can form it into little balls or little cheese logs or whatever. So hey, thank you very much for watching this video. Again, I got 1 million requests. I know that I tell 500 stories and in between, but I've got some short videos coming. I've got some long videos coming, mukbang style, and I've got a whole host for all folks of all different ranges along the scale of attention span. So have an awesome day. Thank you for letting me share my cheese, and I'll be with you soon, real soon. I'll write the ingredients down below in the description. God bless you. Peace.